Welcome back to For Your Heart and Home. This week, we're celebrating the goodness of whole grains with a few special recipes made with freshly milled flour and the ancient grain Khorasan wheat. I'll be showing you how to make homemade animal crackers, perfect for snacking or tucking into a lunchbox, plus a hearty oat-free granola, and a fun twist on a classic favorite, Khorasan wheat krispies. These recipes are not only wholesome and delicious, but they also bring the rich, nutty flavor of Khorasan wheat to the table. Milling your own flour means more nutrition in every bite, and using ancient grains is a wonderful way to connect with the simple, nourishing traditions of the past. So let's get baking and fill our homes with the smell of something truly good for our body and soul. To get started, I will be milling some wheat berries to make the animal crackers. This is not my recipe, and so I will have it linked in the description box if you would like to take a look at it. Since this is not my recipe, I like to follow things to the T, so I will be weighing my wheat berries to make sure that I'm following along with what the recipe outlines. I had to start with 400 grams of soft white wheat. And so I'm just going to measure that out and get that into my Nutri-Mill harvest. This is a fairly new to me grain mill. If you've been watching any of my videos, we transitioned to this grain mill a few months ago and I absolutely love it. I have another one that I also use, and I use that now for making homemade spices. If that's something that you're interested in, I can definitely put that in one of my future videos. But I have this grain mill now a few months and it's been working out really well. It is low profile, so it doesn't take up a lot of counter space, which I love since we're in a small space, and it's really easy to use. It doesn't add any extra time to what I'm already doing in the kitchen, and so I really love this grain mill. After weighing the berries and getting it into the flour mill, I am going to get all the ingredients together, make the dough for the animal crackers, and then I'm going to put that in the refrigerator to chill. The next thing I'm going to do is to weigh out the rest of the ingredients that I need. So you'll see me weighing the wheat berries, and I will also be weighing the rest of the dry ingredients. The next recipe I'm working on will be the Khorasan wheat krispies. It's very similar to Rice Krispie treats. I'm simply swapping out puffed rice for puffed Khorasan wheat. So most of this recipe comes together on the stove. You start by melting 1 stick of butter. Once that's melted, you're going to add your marshmallows. Once those are melted, you will add your puffed wheat. You can also add a splash of vanilla here or any other spice, maybe pumpkin spice to give it a different flavor. For me, I was just keeping it quite simple, so the fewer ingredients I have to use, the better for me. So I simply used butter, marshmallows, and puffed wheat. You can make your own marshmallows as well to make this even more homemade or scratch made. For me, I just used what I could find in the store. I was putting together these treats at the end of a busy homeschool day, and I really like the simplicity of this. It really didn't take too much extra time. This was on a day where I didn't have to make dinner. We were just having leftovers, and so this gave me a block of time in the afternoon to pull these treats together really quickly. And I enjoy doing things like this, especially with my children, because it's quick, it's simple, and in no time we have something put together and ready to go. Now I'm working on my oat-free granola. I've shared this recipe a few times on here before, but I'll be happy to share it again. I'm still using the Puffed Khorasan Wheat, and that is what I'm using to replace oats in this recipe. If you've been following us for a while, you know that we have replaced oats in our diet, and that was just a personal choice. There were no allergies or anything of the sort. But this recipe is very simple and could easily be put together with oats if that is what you have on hand. And I will let you know that I will link it in the description box, but I am not measuring. I've made this so many times that I'm really just going with the look and feel of the recipe. I started with some coconut oil, and then I'm going to be adding in some honey. I'm going to mix that all together. After that, I'm going to add my puffed wheat. Again, this is Khorasan wheat, and I'm going to then add a few other fixins. I added some ground flaxseed. There's a bit of salt. I'm going to add some peanuts. You can add chia seeds here if you'd like. And then I'm going to put that all in an oven-safe dish, and I'm going to just toast this lightly, pull those flavors together. Then I'm going to pull it from the oven, cool it down completely, and then I will add some chocolate chips as well as some raisins, and then my granola will be done. Again, this is a very simple recipe. I love how customizable it is. You can add whatever seeds or nuts you would like, whatever flavor profile your family likes. It's the fall season, so you can add a pinch of pumpkin spice, apple spice. You can really make granola every week and have a different flavor so that you don't get bored. And I really like that about recipes like this. It's hearty. You can put it over yogurt. You can eat it as is. Our family also doesn't use any kind of boxed cereal, so this is something that we use in place of boxed cereal in the mornings or throughout the day. My kids like to snack on this as well. My daughter came in to help me. She wanted to add the coconut flakes to this before we popped this into the oven. Stir this until it's well coated, and then you're going to put it in the oven to toast it lightly. So while the granola is toasting in the oven, I am going to roll out the dough for these animal crackers. This has been a favorite of our family for the last several months, and I love that I can use the freshly milled flour with this recipe. For those of you who have been following me for a while, you know that we've been experimenting with freshly milled flour since last fall. Yes, I would say late summer, early fall last year was when I received my first meal, and I was so excited to make the switch. I had spent years researching freshly milled flour, finding about the health benefits of using this nutrient dense flour, learning that the flour in the grocery store, while it still contains nutrients, could be more fulfilling to the body if we switched to using freshly milled flour. And so, after years of research, I took the plunge and we bought our first mill. And instantly, it was just night and day between the flavor profile of using freshly milled flour and using commercially milled flour. So I used that mill for about 6 months, got really comfortable with my recipes, and then we made the switch to the Nutri-Mill Harvest, and it has just been phenomenal. So now I'm using different recipes, and I'd never made animal crackers before using freshly milled flour. So when I found this recipe, I was excited to try. And today, when I said to my children that I'm making some animal crackers, my daughter wanted to jump in and help again. So here we are. I'm rolling out the dough. The dough is not the easiest thing to work with, I will say. I feel like it was a little bit too crumbly, but we made it work and enjoyed the process nonetheless. I just love how cute these little crackers look. Push it down all the way. Good. Don't take it back out. And then we're going to push this, and we're going to push it all the way in. All right, that should be a good picture. Yep.
You can't bite out.
Push it out. Push it.
Oh. Look how cute that is.
Little cute little giraffe. So my daughter and I worked this afternoon to make these animal crackers, and we made about 3 trays worth of cookies. And to be quite honest with you, that won't last very long in our house, but it was a fun activity to do with her this afternoon.
Oh, it's okay. Let's put him back in and we'll make some.
No, what? I saved his life.
Oh.
His tail's back on. Let's just do a little bit of animal cracker surgery.
So while the animal crackers are in the oven, I wanted to share with you really quickly my latest batch of fire cider. Let me know in the comments if you know what fire cider is, if you'd like more information about it, but every few months I make a new batch. So we cycle through drinking this fire cider. Fire cider is an immune system boosting drink. And I will be honest with you, my children don't want to drink it. My husband and I will drink it because we know and understand the healing properties that it comes with. I like to pour some into my tea, especially in the fall season. It helps to just boost that immune system of yours. It contains things like lemons, grapefruit, oranges. This version has oranges in it. It has ginger, onion, garlic. I even dropped some cinnamon sticks in there for that fall flavor. The base of it is apple cider vinegar, and the apple cider vinegar will keep all of your contents from going rancid. And so it's really important that you put enough apple cider vinegar into the container to make sure it does not go rancid. But you want it to sit on your shelf for at least 6 weeks in a dark place for it to just infuse with all the goodness. Now, once the 6 weeks have passed, you can strain it, and again, you can drink it just as is. Take a small amount of it each day, or you can put it in a drink, whether it's orange juice or some other liquid to mask the taste. For me, I like to put it in my tea when I sweeten my tea with honey. And then once I have strained the contents, I like to dehydrate the contents, and then I will blend it in my blender to create my own spice. And then I use that spice as part of my cooking. I put it in my curry chicken, for example, and it just, again, provides that boost to your immune system. And any way that I can boost our system during the cold and flu season, I'm all for that. I can't tell you how many times I've had that tickle in my throat, or I just have that feeling that my body is just not 100% where it needs to be. I pull out that fire cider and boom, in the matter of hours, I feel 10 times better. So I highly, highly recommend making a batch of fire cider this season. If you would like me to make a video making fire cider, I made one a few months ago. I can make an updated video to show you exactly what I'm putting in and how I use it. So feel free to leave a comment down in the comment section. Let me know if you'd like to know more about fire cider. So my granola has been toasted and it has completely cooled, so I added some raisins and some chocolate chips, and I'm going to just transfer that to my container. And my animal crackers are finally out of the oven and they've cooled down, so now I can add it to our cookie jar. They came out so well, you guys, and now that it's back into the rotation, I know I'll be making this a few times per week to keep this going. I would like to try this with a chocolate flavor. I think that would be delicious. This right now is the graham cracker flavor, so I would like to try this with the chocolate flavor. And I definitely want to try making, and I'll film that next time I do that as well, some cheddar crackers as well. Let me know in the comments which of these recipes were your favorite. I would love, love, love to hear from you. My Khorasan Wheat Krispies are ready as well, so I'm just going to cut them up and get them into individual serving size portions and have them readily available for my children. So guys, I hope you enjoyed baking along with me today. These animal crackers, oat-free granola, and Khorasan Wheat Krispies are simple reminders that homemade food can be both nourishing and fun. Using freshly milled flour and ancient grains not only adds flavor and texture, but it also brings wholesome goodness to every recipe. Thank you for spending time here at For Your Heart and Home. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video so we can continue creating and savoring together. Until next time, may your kitchen be filled with warmth, joy, and good things to gather around.